How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about forgiveness, how you can forgive and let go of negative things that have happened to you so that you can move on and enjoy life in the positive, fulfilling energy that you desire. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to take another deep breath, and this one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So this question on forgiveness, this thing that is so powerful, I'm talking about this topic because someone actually reached out to me on Instagram, and I'm going to basically read what they wrote so that way you can get an understanding of where this perspective is coming from. So they asked, how do you forget? What is it supposed to feel like? Anytime they've been told, I'm sorry, they feel absolutely nothing. You asked to forgive to have inner peace, and I'd really love to learn how. So I was thinking about the answer to this, and they didn't know that I was going to make a podcast episode on this when they asked the question, and I started typing it out, and I really couldn't do it. I couldn't type out an answer that made sense. I had to speak it. So the power of forgiveness is extremely powerful, but you have to understand that forgiveness is for you. It's not necessarily for the thing or person that you're trying to forgive. And of course, the beginning of the year is one of the best times to really master the power of forgiveness, because what forgiveness is going to do is allow you to separate yourself from energy that no longer serves you. You see, if you're angry at somebody because of what they've done, that anger energy is within you, even if it's deserved. Even if they do something that deserves the anger, if you're going to hold on to that anger, then that's the energy that's within you. You may not feel it, but it adds up over time. But when you forgive something and you let it go, you're able to move on. That doesn't mean there's not consequences to the actions. Maybe you don't speak to that person anymore, or you don't have them around in your inner circle. If you can forgive them and give them love, it frees you from that energy. And here's the perspective that I think offers the strongest power to allow you to forgive is there's you, your true energy. You could call it your spirit, your soul, your higher self. Like that is you. This body, you, your job, your career, your status, your position in life, maybe your parent, father, mother, whatever you are, is not the full you. That is how you're experiencing everything. And when you can make that separation, when something happens to the material you, it's not really happening to you, to your pure energy. It's happening for your pure energy to observe and learn. You see, when something happens that we'll say is bad to your body, to the you, the Henry, the human version of you, but then you can observe it, understand it, forgive it, then it gives you the ability to find love. Love may not be in that exact situation, but when you scale back far enough, you can see where love is. Maybe the thing that happened to you will give you a perspective to where you could then help somebody else that goes through the same thing. Even though it was terrible what happened to you, something surely similar will happen to someone else, and they are going to need somebody to help them up. So maybe the silver lining is that 3 years down the road, once you've healed, you're able to help somebody else heal as well. It's not that the love is going to come from that person. So that's why forgiveness is so important. You cannot be an energy and operate in another one. You cannot be someone that has inner peace and then carry anger and resentment with you. And I know it's hard to separate the two. And here's the thing, it's not instant. When something happens and you have a reaction towards it, you have a feeling, you do not have to be this being that's able to forgive and just not feel anything right away. That's the goal. That's what we're working towards. But we're all on this growth journey, and it may take you 3, 4, 5, 6 years to not feel the energy anymore, but you have to start with your focus. What is the point of forgiving? Is it to let them off the hook? Is it to make you feel better? Or is it to raise your vibration so you can be a loving energy for all? You see, that's the perspective that truly frees you. If you want to forgive somebody because you want to feel better, then that's not the real mission. If you want to forgive somebody because you want to move on, or it's easier, or you want to make things better for them, that's still not the real reason. The real reason is to forgive is to give your energy freedom so that you can be the energy you want. What is more powerful? Being right and angry at somebody and you being the one to serve them the karma? Or being a healed, peaceful being that operates with inner peace, and despite what's happening externally, you feel good within. That doesn't mean you won't get hurt. That doesn't mean bad things won't happen to you. It just means when they do, you'll be able to have the perspective to see the love in every angle, to see the love somewhere. And that's a powerful thing. Imagine if you go to sleep tonight and you wake up tomorrow with this superpower. Somehow in the middle of the night, you unlocked this power within you. And everything that happens, you are able to see the positive outcome of it. You're able to see, even if it's 10 years down the road, you just have this vision where you know when this bad thing happens, it created an opportunity for this good thing to happen. When this bad thing happens, it creates another opportunity for this person to heal, for this person to recover, for this thing to grow. Like, imagine having that power. That's having extreme gratitude. That's what gratitude is, finding the good in all things. So stop worrying about, oh, this hurts me. That's like, I understand. And I don't want anybody to hurt. And I want to be there and support you if you're going through that pain, of course. And hopefully you're able to do the same for those. But my most important thing, my mission, my desire, what I hope for you and every other person on this planet is for your energy to have peace. Meaning, when the bad thing happens to you, when the person does the thing that they need forgiveness from, that you're able to not be the pain, not be the hurt, but observe it, forgive them, and then do the steps to move on. That doesn't mean that they don't have consequences. It just means that you are dictating what energy you're going to exist in. If you really believed, if you sat here and really believed, okay, my energy is a gift. It's something that I have, and my sole purpose is to raise it, to get it in love frequency. And I'm having this earthly experience as Henry or Jill or Bill or Bobby or Timmy, whatever your name is. I'm having this earthly experience, and everything is happening for me. Some of it's going to be challenging. Some of it's going to be loving. Some of it's going to be hard. It's an earthly experience, but everything that's happening is giving me an opportunity to try to find love. And the harder it is, the bigger the gift, because when you can find love in the most difficult situations, imagine your interior state. Imagine the version of you that can go through the situation that would break most people, that would have most people lose their faith, lose their belief, stop being in the energy that they desire. Imagine the version of you that walks through that with complete power. It doesn't matter what's happening externally. You maintain inner peace. Somebody doesn't agree with you, you still give them love. Somebody harms you, you still give them love. Somebody harms someone else and you see it, you still give them love. That doesn't mean there's not consequences. That doesn't mean there's not karma. It just means you are in that positive frequency. And so that's where you have to really change your focus, your mission, your purpose. Your purpose is not to be the best person. Your purpose is not to achieve the most things, to be the most likable. Those things are all great. But your purpose is to raise your frequency. And that perspective gives you the power, because that means nothing on this earth can truly hurt you. If no matter what somebody does, it's an opportunity for you to learn and grow your energy, which they can't touch. They want to. The world wants to convince you that you can be brought down, that you can be hurt, that these things are wrong, that these people are bad, that this is hard, or this is the worst time to be alive. Like, there's so many messages out there that want to take you away from the true source, your true power. But if everybody remembered, if everybody knew that our energy is what matters, that everything here is a distraction and an opportunity, and we are to observe it, we are to find the love, and we are to heal and then give the energy that we want to receive. The external world is nothing but a reflection of your internal state. You cannot put out into the world anything and expect to receive something different. If somebody did something bad to you, that doesn't mean you're going to get over it right away. But it does mean that you have to let go. And it's a process. You have to work through it, but you have to know what your purpose is. If your purpose is to be right, if your purpose is to be happy all the time, if your purpose is pleasure all the time, then you won't have inner peace, because none of those have to do with inner peace. Inner peace is a state of being. It's something that you just are. So let's forgive, let's love, let's raise our perspective so that we can see all, and that way we can be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and got you thinking about what you can do to raise your energy and really get into the forgiveness frequency so that you can be the person, the energetic being that you want to be. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And of course, there's the Positive Mindset Facebook group. There's a link down there as well. And if you want to level up, I just opened up 2 more spots for my one-on-one coaching. This is for someone that wants to build a program that will help them do these things. If you want to pick a specific frequency that you want to be able to navigate your life, go ahead and schedule a session below. It's called a success session. It's a 30-minute one-on-one for us to talk about your situation and see if this would be a great fit. I'm opening up 2 more spots for the beginning of the year. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.